Hey, Corey.
What's up? What's up?
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Having a beautiful day. Were you productive?
Yeah, always. You know that every day.
Yeah,
Always
you
productive.
are. Every day.
Yeah. Top of my
I'm
game
like,
and
why is he
everything.
so awake this early in the morning?
I know. My sleep pattern's a little different.
Yes.
Yeah, my sleep pattern's a little different. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I'm super happy to have you here, Corey. I should have had you like the first or second week, but I'm happy I have you today. I know you have a busy schedule. So
Thank you for taking that into consideration. Sure. I'm gonna let you slide with that one. Really, you should have asked me the first week, but it's cool. I'm gonna let you slide.
why
You know
you
what I
not
mean?
letting me live though? Why you telling everybody on me?
I got you. I got you. So what's
You
good?
got so I want to get right into it, you guys. This is Corey. I met him through a mutual friend, Nika Simone, at an industry event, and he is a fashion designer and digital health trainer. So I want to start with the health training stuff. Can I start with the health training stuff?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm all about
Okay.
that.
What started you on your journey to being a trainer?
You know what? I feel like I've got that question like a whole lot over the years, and I feel like my answer just be changing. My answer changes a lot, but it actually started before I even knew I was going to be a trainer. I played basketball professionally overseas for 8 years.
Okay.
So, you have like two different types of basketball players. You have the basketball player that's like super tall, gifted, doesn't really train his body that much, you know what I'm saying? And he just performs. Then you got the guy like me, I'm only 6 feet, so I'm not like, I wasn't blessed with, these long limbs and whatnot. So I worked out a lot. And I mean, I worked out a lot to the point where all the guys would always be like, "Oh, you don't even shoot the ball. All you do is lift weights." You know what I mean? So um, I would say that was the beginning of my journey before I even thought about fitness. I was already doing it. Um,
Okay.
so from kind of transitioning out of basketball, I was doing basketball for about 8 years overseas. So I played in a lot of different countries and whatnot. And on my times that I was home, because I would be gone for about 9 months out the year, and then I'd be home for about 3 months during the
Mm-hmm.
summertime. When I was home, I just kind of helped people. I would do it just because, everyone would ask me, man, how you get your body like that? And ask me a bunch of questions. Some of the questions I didn't even know the answer to yet. I was like, I don't know. Like, I just working out. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
for me, I'm like, I don't really know. But, I had a lot of close friends that were overweight, and they would ask me, can you train me? Can you help me? And I was doing it for pretty much free. I mean, I was just helping people. And before I knew it, I'd help one person, the next person, they would tell their friend. Then I go back overseas to play ball. And when I come back home, I had a bunch of people waiting for me, like, cool, you're back. Can we train? And I'm like, all right. And before I knew it, it went from like 4 or 5 people to 20 people. Cause at that time, I couldn't say
So
no. I
they
didn't
were
really,
they were pretty much getting results.
oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, you know, I couldn't tell them no. I was just trying to help people. And then before I knew it, I was like, oh, let me start charging. And um, I got to the point with my basketball career to where I had to make a decision because I was making a certain amount of money at home doing this, and they were offering certain things. And I was like, you know what? I think I'm going to stay home, after 8 years of playing and just kind of
Okay.
pushing this direction. And I mean, this whole fitness thing has been crazy. I mean, this where I'm at today, I definitely didn't start here. That's for sure.
And how many years have you been doing it?
What, about 8 years now?
8 years?
Yeah.
So you've definitely taken time to build your brand.
Oh man, yeah. It's been a lot. I mean, when I first started training people, I was training in the
Shout
park.
out to Nika Simone.
Oh, she on here?
She on here.
Yeah. What up? What up, family? Oh, and my cousin's in here too. What up, Mixie? Yeah, we got some people in here. But yeah, no, I started in the park. I started in the park with just a band and a mat, and I was figuring it out. I was figuring it out as I was going. I mean, I was in the
Yeah.
park for I want to say well over 6 years. No, I'm lying. About 4 to 5 years I was in the park. And then from there it went to, there's a lot of new trainers out there that are like, trying to get in gyms or sneak in gyms and sneak their
Yeah.
clients in, even if it's 24-hour fitness, Planet Fitness. I used to train over at Planet Fitness.
Yeah.
I trained, I didn't work for them, but I had, a good relationship with the owners. I used to train 3, 4 people at a time out of there. So it was just a grind. It was a grind.
Every day was a grind.
Yeah. This is where I'm at today. This is a whole new beast. So people come to me and say, "Hey, how can you do it? How do I do this?" I'm like, there's no formula to like just get where I'm at today. You got to start from the bottom. You got to work.
Yeah. At what point did you see the change in your business though, the growth?
I mean, the business is constantly changing. I mean, because every single point that I reached, I thought I was growing. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like even now, I'm sure I'll reach another point where I'm like, I never thought I would be here today. You know what I mean? So every 2 years or so, I get something that happens where, let's say 4 years ago, you know, I started training a couple celebrities, which at the time was a big deal to me. It's not really my main focal point these days. It's not something that I really focus on or even worry about at all. But at
Yeah.
that time, that was a big deal for me, you know. So and it is, and the thing is, you have to celebrate every single piece of success that you have in your business, you know.
Right.
Because and the thing is too, it's never ending. Like the minute I open my eyes in the morning to the minute I close my eyes, I'm working, you know. And it doesn't have to be like that, but that's the mindset. And the minute you let go of that mindset is the time when, you know, your business takes a little dip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how do you manage like all of your clients? I don't know if everybody understands what a digital trainer is. Can you kind of explain that a little bit?
All right. So my online training is pretty much home based or gym based, you know, depending on
Hmm.
what you have access to.
Yeah.
Um, I provide you with a meal plan that's designed for you and your goals and whatever it is that you need. And then from there, I send you workouts weekly. So ideally, what I understand about fitness, like even me, I'm at a high level when it comes to fitness. And there's people that want to be at a high level, but they're not. They're saying, hey, I've never, I've never really worked out before. And one thing I understand is that if you if you give people too much at the beginning, sometimes it's kind of overwhelming. It's to the point where, let's say, all right, Keisha, I want you to hop on this MacWork program. You got to work out 6 days a week hard, and you got to eat like this. What happens if you have a day like, today or yesterday where you're just really, really busy and you miss a day, right? You miss a day. Now, the next day you have like, oh man, I missed yesterday. I still got to do tomorrow's workout. Like, when can I make it up? You know what I mean? Like, there's no time to make it up. So the way I design my program is that you actually only get 3 workout days out the week with like what I'm sending you. What I'm
Right.
sending you, yeah. So I don't overwhelm them, but those 3 workouts, yeah, they tough. They ain't no joke. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna attack the whole body and whatnot. And then on your off days, not off days because you're still working throughout the week. I might have you do some cardio, some abs. I'll give you different options that you can do for workouts. But I'm not gonna supply you with 6 days a week because they're not gonna be able to last.
Yeah.
You might be. I'm not saying they can't, but I'm saying just if something happens, if you have an emergency, you know what I mean? You're not able to work out that day. I give you room.
Yeah.
So if you miss a Monday, you can do it on
Yeah.
Tuesday. You can make it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then also too, we have check-ins every Friday. So all my clients are checking in with me. They all have access to me. They can text me anytime. And it's a big responsibility that I have that I didn't even realize until actually just the other day. I was like, golly, I got so many people that I have to worry about.
Yeah, because they're all your clients. Let me take a
Yeah.
second. Hello, Super Boss. Hello, Jasmine. Hello, F3 Avenue. Hello, everyone that's just popped in. If you have any questions, you see the little box in the corner that has the question mark, put it there. And towards the end of the interview, I'll make sure that I ask Corey the questions. So back to what you were saying that it could be hard to manage all those people, or do you have like a calendar?
No, it's not hard for me because when you care about your business and you care about the people, it's really easy. But yes, I have all of that. I have everything lined up. I have a dry eraser board, and I encourage anybody who's watching this, get you a dry eraser board, and I promise you, you will get more things done than you ever would imagine. Because everything that you have to do that day, if you write it down and you can visibly see it, and I put mine right next to my door. My cousin actually put me onto this a couple of years ago. Was like, yo, you need a dry eraser board. And I was like, why? Like, just being able to see your work, see what you need to do, and see it in front of you allows you to get up in the morning, look at it, and then get it done.
Yeah.
And that's a big key for me. But like I said, when you care about it and you love it, it's easy. It's like I remember everybody's names. You know what I mean? Like things that I would.
That is crazy.
Yes.
I'm the worst at names, and you know that. Hey,
Yeah.
Solaire, I'm the worst at names. I don't know how you're able to do that.
I'm not that good with names as far as like just if I meet you, I can kind of forget your name quickly. But like I said, when it comes to my business, it's different. It's like you're investing in me, I'm investing in you.
And so you want to make it as personable as possible.
Well, that's one of the reasons why I feel like my program is one of the most successful programs because everybody has contact with me. It's like I have 200 plus friends now. You know what I mean? That are in my box that are allowing me into their space too, because they got to give me their before pictures, and you know we got to talk about some things that might be uncomfortable sometimes.
Yeah.
You know.
But what is there to talk about that's uncomfortable?
People are very, very
Incorrect.
They're very insecure when it comes to their body. You know, it's not easy saying, okay, here, you know, I may be 300 plus pounds, and you're showing your skin. You're saying, hey, this is where I'm at today. Do something. You know, I've had people that'll tell me, do I need to send pictures? I'm like, duh, like I gotta look at you. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
they don't. I mean, I understand where it's coming from, but that's part of my job. I have to be able to be flexible, be able to soften things up. You know what I mean? To where I make people feel comfortable with me enough to, you know, say, hey, here, take care of me and whatnot. It's essentially what it comes down to.
Yeah. And so for your own personal training, what do you do?
Oh, I'm nuts.
Literally. Because when I wake up in the morning, I was like, so he already posted a video and I'm just opening my eyes. And it's not that you're posting from the day before. No, people.
I'm there.
He's posting right there at the gym.
Yeah, I'm in there.
Do you get there before the sun comes up?
No, not anymore. I mean, I had my times when I was doing all that, but now with my business growing so much, I wake up and I focus on that first. So, you know, I wake up, I don't know, whenever they open, honestly, because there's always somebody. I have clients in Dubai, in Kenya. I have clients everywhere, like all around the world. So that means they're messaging me while I'm asleep.
Yeah.
So sometimes for me, I'd rather not like sleep in and then wake up at, I don't know, 10, 11 and have hundreds of messages. If I'm up, I'm getting back to you, you know. But it's a lifestyle for me. It's easy. It's something I like to do. So it doesn't bother me. You know, I'm usually up around 5 and then I'll handle my work from 5 to about, I don't know, 8 o'clock or so. And then I'm done for the day. I'm done. Well, I mean, I'm not done for the day, but I'm done with like the majority of what I need to do. And then from there, it's like, you know, people are messaging me. I'm answering whatever questions throughout the day. And then I'm focusing on my body because my body is my business, you know. How many times you know a trainer that's like, hey, you don't see like the top trainers are not out here walking around like not in shape. You know, they're working.
Yeah, they're working.
They're eating their 5 meals. I'm doing the same workouts, if not worse.
Do you know what's crazy? That's the hardest thing for me is to eat. I mean, I don't eat on schedule. I just eat when I can, when I feel like it.
It's mental. It's mental. Mm-hmm. I think you can. I think it's more so just like, if I told you right now, I give you $1 million if you ate on a schedule for the next 3 months, would you do it?
I probably would do it.
You damn right you would do it. How dare you think about that? How dare you? How dare you look like this? And I'm like, really? I'm like, oh, you must got a couple meals sitting in the bank.
You know what's so sad is I was literally thinking of a way to cheat. That's horrible. I was thinking of a way to where I would not have to do it, but I would definitely do it.
Yeah. Look, I would have my alarm set. You know what I mean? And this is one of my keys. One of my keys to honestly getting through like a lot of meals in a day. I start early. It's hard to do it if you're getting up out the bed and eating your first meal at 11. Like,
well, you know, no one's getting out the bed at 11.
There are people that get out the bed at 11. And I know that because I have clients that do that, unfortunately. But you got to remember, everybody lives different. Everybody's different. I'm not here to knock anybody, but I do have talks with them and say, hey, you know, you can't be eating your first meal at 11 o'clock. You got to be getting your first meal in at maybe 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, you know, latest 8 o'clock. Just so you have time, because if you're someone that's like, hey, I'm not hungry, give yourself, you know, 3 to 4 hours and whatnot, just to spread them out.
Nika Simone, she's under Momo right now. She said she does. Really, Nika?
Yeah.
You
Yeah, I know.
you have your
I
first
know
meal
whole
before
squad,
8 o'clock, Nika?
Oh, shout out to Frank in the building. What up, Frank? Yeah, Frank's I'm one of the best trainers. I fuck with it. It's my guy.
Shout out to Frank. So, what made you say, you know what? I think I want to start a brand. I want to start this sock brand, which kind of moved you into the fashion world because they're not
Ooh.
regular socks. They're pretty dope. Um, what made you say I want to start this sock? Like, what inspired that?
Well, let me backtrack. You know, I never really thought about ever starting any kind of clothing line or um, anything of the sort. But like I said, as I've grown with my business, like my actual fitness business right now, as it's gotten better, as I've seen how things develop, and I've essentially freed up a lot of free time for myself to do other things, I thought about like, you know, thinking back to like childhood with my mom, being a single mom and whatnot, taking care of us. And, you know, I wasn't the kid that asked for much. Like, I had whatever I needed. I didn't need much. You know, I would have one pair of basketball shoes. And I thought about it. I was like, man, them shoes were expensive back in the day. It was only like, they were like $120, $130. That was expensive at the time. Now that's a normal price. But I thought about like the one thing that kids could rock that actually isn't expensive or not too expensive, that can still give them some type of feel and swag. And that's where I came up with socks. I was like, you know what? How about I start a sock line? Because if you're, you know, if I can grow this business big enough to where I can start getting out there and just giving out thousands of pairs of socks, now these kids are saying, hey, you know what? Check out my socks. Check out my socks. Maybe they don't have the most expensive shoes, but they're going to have them socks that's going to have the shoe hitting. You know what I mean? So that's kind of where that started with my mentor. And from there, shoot, we just went, man. I mean, I started working on that. It took me about a year, almost a year and a half to get that sock line off the ground.
Yeah, but your promotion and your promotion was really good. How you rolled it out. What would you give someone that's just starting off in the industry that's trying to push their brand for the first time? What advice would you give them?
As far as the socks or the fitness?
Just a brand in general.
Um, it's okay to take a loss. I think that's the most important thing you got to understand. Like, taking a loss is part of the journey. You know, making mistakes along the way. Like the whole sock line, I went through 5 to 6 manufacturers before I found my manufacturer. Spent a lot of money. Probably spent about, I don't know, 20 to 25 grand before I even got the sock line off the ground. You know, but those are lessons learned. And also too, just don't be scared. Ask questions, talk to your friends, call whoever you can call, and just go. Because a lot of times, overthinking will have you, you know, stuck. It'll have you stuck. You know, I'm the type that I was like, all right, let's go. Let's do this. Let's do this. You know, I got designers in different countries. I got one in India. I got one in France. You know, I got a couple here. And when we have an idea, I'm on the phone. I'm on the phone 2, 3 in the morning, like just talking ideas. Just continue to manifest great energy for your business.
Yeah.
That's really all it is.
Yeah.
Like if you want to create a dope sock, you know, get to it. Get to
Yeah.
it. Why talk about it with your friends and then not do it?
And then I do it. Yeah.
Yeah, just do it. Just start
And
doing
ask
it.
questions because you never know who knows who and who can help you. If you
Yeah.
feel like this is something, it's not really, my mom used to always say, it's not really a goal or a dream if you can just do it easily yourself.
Right.
You know,
Absolutely.
there's gonna take some work. You're gonna have to put some work in. You're gonna have to ask around. That's the lesson that I learned when I first started off 10 years ago. I had to learn by trial and error.
Mm-hmm.
No one gave me any keys.
Nah, no keys.
No one taught me anything. I just had to learn, you know, for myself. Now, as I grew and I started connecting with people that was like-minded, they were able to help me along the way. But outside of that, it was the beginning. It was a little bit of a struggle.
Absolutely. And you have to go through the struggle, essentially. But the thing is, it's not, to me, struggle is your mentality. You know, like when I look back, I'm saying, damn, that was a struggle. But in the time, it wasn't a struggle. If you think about it, it was you trying to, like, you were pushing. That's what it's supposed to be. Even now, if I want to go to another level, I need to push. It needs to be frustrating, but It's how my mind accepts it. If I'm able to just go with the flow, you know what I mean? It's like, let's say I go outside today and I lose $500, you know, let's say it falls out of my pocket. I don't know, something stupid. Say it falls out of my pocket. Like, how am I going to take that? What am I going to do? Am I going to cry for the next week? Or am I going to get my butt out there and make 500 more?
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Get back to business. So
Yeah.
that's the mentality that you have to have. It's the same mentality I carry into the gym, same mentality I carry when I wake up. You know, not every day is easy. Some days are hard, you know.
Some days are hard. Yeah. So I see on your page you're very structured. It's very consistent.
Absolutely.
There's no random stuff on your page. Everything is very focused on what you're doing and what you're promoting. Can you explain why that's so important? Because I think sometimes entrepreneurs, even when we're going through all of this today, with the corona, with the Black Lives Matter, with the men getting hung, like there's hangings everywhere. Like, explain how important it is to be very focused on staying positive, one, on your page, getting how you feel out there without overpowering your page with exactly what's going on.
Captions. People forget that the caption, you can do so much in your caption. It's like, I understand what drives my clients, my people, and myself. So, for one, let's say I wanted to veer off, right? Let's say, because you see the structure of my page right now, you have progress, you know, transformation, before and after. Then you have lifestyle. You have me doing a workout or something, or you have a
Or
testimonial.
dancing, whatever you feel like doing.
Dancing, whatever I feel like doing. Don't pick the fanny pack. Not right here. The fanny pack
With
is
the
right
fanny
here.
pack on.
The fanny pack is
After
right
the
here. You know what I mean? A little hip action, whatever, you know.
Yeah.
Also, too, I've also asked my clients, what is it that you enjoy? What is it that you like? You know, I put out a post before, you know, I've got over a couple hundred comments of people saying, I like this, I like that. Listen to what they're talking about, you know? And then from there, when you make a decision on what you want to do with your page, you have to stick to it. So like my initial thing I was going to say, let's say I wanted to venture out and, you know, I got a new car, right? So if I post my car, I'm going to make sure that my caption lines up with my business in a sense. Even though it's a car picture, oh, Corey got this new car. That's great. You know what I mean? But it's like, all right, let me talk about the motivation behind what it took me to get to this point in my life to where I'm able to buy a car and not hurt my pockets at all. You know what I mean? Let's talk about the grind and all the work that they've been seeing. So there's just ways of doing it. And also to actually look at your page, like take your phone and look at it. Like people like colors. People like things to flow a certain kind of way.
Yeah.
It's something you're throwing up there, not flowing, you know. There's a lot of people that are getting a lot of like heat because Black Lives Matter is out and they're not saying nothing. So a lot of people are saying, oh man, like you're not saying nothing, you're bad, you don't care. It's not that not everybody cares. I just think that a lot of people have been through a lot to get where they're at and they don't know how. They don't know how, because I got my
Or it depends on your platform. Like we have Facebook, we have Instagram, we have Twitter. Just because I don't put it on Instagram don't mean that I'm not seeing a lot of stuff on Facebook where I have over 20,000 followers over there that want to hear about that want to see that all day. I feel like you really need to know your demographic per platform.
Hey, real quick, not to cut you off, but my clients in here are in here repping. They not caring. They in here talking about Mac work. Everybody talking about thick. You know, thick. We got thick season socks and all that. But, yeah, they in here repping. I just wanted to shout them out. I see y'all, baby. I see y'all. They know man. They come with that work. But no, back to what you were saying.
I said it.
Oh, she's like, I said it. All right. Well, then there it is.
Yeah, I was just saying that you know your demographic per platform. You know.
Yeah, I mean, you could be posting on your story about it. And if you don't post on your page, someone doesn't see it on your page. It's like you haven't said anything, you know. That is not up to me. It's not about really. Look, I'm different when it comes to people. I don't really worry about what anybody's thinking, and that's part of one of the reasons why I feel like I'm successful today with where I'm at. Back when I first started, it was like, hey, I'm going to follow this guy, and you use people as mentors, and you learn from them, and you take the advice that they give you. And after a while, I got to the point where I started realizing not everybody's advice is good advice. I was like, wait a minute, I'm smart too. Like, I'm going to do what I think is right for me and my business, you know, or not even just my business, just me, myself personally. Like if I feel some kind of way, I'm not looking to get validated through anybody. That's one of the reasons why I don't really, I would say I don't dip in and out when it comes to fitness. It's like, man, you're always in the gym. It's because I know what I have to do. You know, I don't let outside sources, outside energy ruin what I have to do daily.
Right.
And I'm not rude to anybody. I just understand that your vibe is a little different from where I'm trying to go. I have no problem with you, but I'm just going to separate myself. Just so I can stay in my grind, stay in my mode. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that makes so much sense. So I'm going to shift it a little bit. How do you feel? Okay, has it affected your business, the coronavirus?
Look, I be hating that question. Let me tell you why.
Because you're online.
I'm killing. I ain't gonna. I'm killing. Look, Corona.
Why do you hate that question? Then that's a good thing.
Yeah, no, I love it. I love it. It's cool. It's just like, you know, the one thing I've learned about as you grow, if nobody, like if you're around a set of folks, or if you're talking to somebody that hasn't really pushed things to the max, or they haven't seen the type of success that you have, certain comments that come out of your mouth or feelings can be taken the wrong way. And it's because people don't understand the success. It's like, if I'm talking to another millionaire and I'm like, yo, dog, this happened, I'm killing it. He's like, dog, bet, cool.
Right.
Good, I see you, baby. I know what that feels like. I talk to somebody else who's trying and they struggling. Hey, dog, I'm killing. He like this. He going to the next person. Like, not like I said, don't care, but it's like, you still have to be wary of the things that you say. Like, you know, I've been very, very just chill about it. But the coronavirus, all that did was help my business for the simple fact that I didn't have an at-home program. I only had a gym program. So there was actually clients that were coming to me like, do you have an at-home? And I was like, no, I don't. And I knew I needed to make one, but I was doing other things at the moment. I was being lazy and I wasn't doing it. And then they said, oh, we're going to shut down in 2 days. And I'm like, oh, wait a minute. What you mean we're going to shut down? I'm like, oh, you mean if the gym is closed? I'm doing math. Like, if the gym is closed, my business is closed. Like,
you got to figure it out.
Within 48 hours, I created a whole at-home program. I was putting in work. I was over here sweating, doing all kinds of videos. I had lights up and like, oh yeah, I got the whole Shazam in my crib. My crib got everything in here. I got backdrops, lights, and all that. So, you know, I was able to put out a home program. And it's funny because at first I was still making some money, but business was dropping a little bit. Not terribly, because to me, I feel like $100 is gold. So, and it doesn't matter because I can make $2,000 today. Tomorrow I'll make 100, and I can be still happy about that. Yeah. Because I understand the value of what it is to be blessed. To be like, hey man, I got somebody new today. To me, it's about building the people. So when all that hit, business was kind of dropping, but then it changed because the people that were like, you know what? I'm gonna wait for the gyms to open, because that's when they were saying only 15 days, 2 weeks. Nobody was tripping. They was like, gyms will open back up. You know what I mean? I don't really like at-home stuff. I'm cool. Man, once it hit like week number 5, week number 6, everybody was coming like, yo, I'm gonna need this work because I'm getting bored. I need something to do.
Right.
Yeah. So
I get it.
To answer your question, the coronavirus, it didn't hurt me. I think I was already doing well, and it was going to continue to do well. But I'm doing very, very well right now. Yeah. And my clients are doing well, so it's all good.
So what would you say? Well, how do you feel? Okay, coronavirus did you beautifully.
Absolutely.
We get it, Virgo. We get it. This is what thank you. So I'm going to ask you this. How had your mental, as far as what's going on in the Black and brown community, how do you apply that to what you do to encourage people?
I don't know if it's going to encourage anyone. I think it's more so, it's just about bringing about awareness. You know, as the more we can just keep people aware of what's going on, and we have to make people feel uncomfortable, essentially. That's just what it is. You know, but the responses I've been getting have been all positive. And there's also been some negative ones too, where they didn't understand. It's not that they're trying to be negative. They just don't understand. So people are asking me certain questions like, you know, all lives matter. And, or, you know, and I'm like, look, I'm not going to cuss you out. There's no reason to cuss you out and do all that. I'm just going to simply explain how it sounds and why. Let me show you a couple of videos to why we're saying this. And then, you know, let's show you a couple of videos of how things are presented on the other end if the tables were turned for you, you know, and throughout history and how it's been going. So there's been some people that I've had to educate. There's some people that I had to distance myself from. As far as I'm handling it, hey, I'm one of the nicest guys I know.
That's what I was going to say. I was going to say you're so patient and nice, because I don't have the patience to explain to anybody what's going on. I feel like we all see what's going on. We can choose to turn a blind eye and pretend like we don't really get it, but we all get it. We're all humans. You know what I'm saying? Like, we get what's going on. We get why we're saying Black Lives Matter. We know that all lives matter, but America's not acting like all lives matter. And I feel like other demographics understand that. And I feel like sometimes they play naive or choose to be an ass about it. Yeah. Because how do you not really understand that?
Well, like I said, the people that confront me, everyone kind of knows my energy. So if you're following me, and you actually do talk to me or converse with me, you understand how to talk to me. So the people that do talk crazy, that's more like if you're looking at Shade Room and you go through the comments and you see people that talking to me directly, they're going to ask certain questions or they're going to say certain things that they didn't mean no harm.
Right.
And then when I give them a reply, they're like, oh, now they're listening, because it's about my temperament. If I come at them and say, how the hell are you going to say this? And da-da-da-da. Now they're not listening. It's just an argument. It's like, my first 2 sentences have to be real to where they're like, okay, now I'm listening. Now it's right. Like, I had a couple say, I don't get it, Mac. Like, okay. And then I tell them, now they're like, oh. It's the same thing that's happening with NFL players or, you know, GMs that are like, yo, why was Kaepernick kneeling for the flag? They're saying that well, not for the flag. They were saying that it was disrespecting the flag, right? You have a lot of NFL players that were with Cap. You have a lot of NFL players that weren't with Cap. They were saying, nah, you're disrespecting the flag. Now that all this awareness is being brought about, now you got players that were saying Cap was being disrespectful, and they're coming out now and saying, I see. And they're making statements saying, now I see what Cap was kneeling about. Because they don't live it. They don't know. Like me, like I said, I'm one of the nicest guys ever, and 2 months ago, I was pulled over and 2 cops drew their guns on me.
Let's hear about that.
Driving, I'm in a real nice car. All of a sudden, I actually went across an intersection, and it was yellow. I went across the intersection, but I switched lanes, and you know you're not supposed to do that. But I switched lanes to avoid an accident because the car in front of me stopped, and it was actually a detective car, so there was no like lights on it or anything. Well, all of a sudden now they're in some black car, and they came out of nowhere. They probably were following me for a couple minutes or so because I only live down the street. So. And I'm like, I live in the hood too. Like, for me, I'm not in the nicest area, which I'm okay with. I'll move when it's time, but I'm not ready for that. So I go across the light.
I know where. What hood you live in?
I'm not telling you that. I'm not telling you where I live.
I know where you live. It ain't the hood.
Trust me, where I live is the hood. You don't know where I live. Shit. Yeah, shit.
You know where you live.
But what you talking about?
You may think it's the hood.
No. There's 2 different parts, Flair.
Okay.
Yeah, where you've been is only the nice spot. Yeah, you don't know. It's okay. It's okay. I'll put you up on game. Nonetheless, so I go across the light, and all of a sudden, you know what I mean? They pull me over. But when they put their lights on, like I got over right away because I was like, he got me. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking it was because I switched lanes. Yeah. They didn't even catch that. They just pulled me over. And it was 2 cops. I pulled over, and they're talking through their little microphone in their car, and both of them are standing outside their car doors, and one has his gun drawn, and the other has his gun on his waist, like down, and he's talking, like, put your hands out the car. I'm like, you're supposed to walk up to the car, and, you know what I mean? Put my hands out the car, they're like, open the door, get out the car, and I think as soon as I stepped out the car, he looked at me, and immediately he was like, nah, he ain't one. You know what I mean? Like, obviously there are racial profiling, and because they're looking at me like, And so they asked me to step on the curb. I step on the curb. Dude puts his gun away, walks up, and he's like, "So, what are you doing around here?" I'm like, I live right here." You know what I mean? And immediately they try to soften it up because I said, "All right, I know what this is." I was like, "You guys, what's the reason?" He was like, "Well, you know, we thought maybe you might be in the drug game." And I'm like, "Because my car?" I was like, "What if I lived in another area? I'm just driving through." Like, I was like, first off, if I was doing, you know, slanging some real shit, I probably wouldn't be driving around in this. You know, it's a little hot. It's a lot. So, needless to say, they end up just taking my ID, running it, giving it back, and apologizing. You know, my whole temperament was like, I don't look like I'm doing anything wrong, but even if I did, that's still no reason to pull me out of my car.
Yeah.
You know, draw your guns on me.
Yeah.
I wasn't scared because I understand that it's up to me to what they do next.
It's not always though, bro.
It is because the
not
thing is,
all the time though. Not
you gotta,
all the time.
you don't,
Not
you're not a black man. You're not a black man. You have to understand. Listen, even if it depends on what I say. Because if I decide, I'm not saying that it's right or wrong. I'm not saying that a black man should. I'm just telling you, I knew they weren't because of the way, like, what I said. It was like, whatever you guys need, boss. Like, because I already knew you have a gun drawn on me. I'm not going to win this. There's nothing to win by saying, fuck y'all pull me over for. Like,
but everybody
you know
don't
what I mean?
reply like that.
Huh?
Everybody don't reply like that. And sometimes
I'm not
people
saying they
still
do. I'm telling you that for me, I knew they weren't going to shoot me. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that for everybody. I'm saying me, when I stepped out the car, I walked and looked at them and said, they're not going to do nothing to me. Because I know how I present myself. Like, it's like one of the things, like if I get in an elevator with somebody, I can get in an elevator with a guy and he could be the meanest motherfucker in the world. He don't want to talk to nobody, right? But if I get in an elevator and I'm like, hey man, how you doing? He's going to say hi. 9 times out of 10, that person, sometimes they don't. I'm not saying they always do. But sometimes your energy, what you deliver, and sometimes the cops, they're ready to fight. They are ready to fight. They are ready to mess you up. They're ready to beat you up. They're ready to kill you. You know what I mean? But I also have a lot of confidence in myself. So I got out and I was like, what's up? Y'all see I'm in shape. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm not here to fight. You know what I mean? I just want to know why you guys got your guns drawn on me. You know, and from there it was a conversation.
Well, why did they have their guns drawn?
Because they had no reason to. He didn't really explain anything. He was just like, oh, we just don't approach cars no more. You know, we thought you might have been somebody. You look suspicious. And I told him, I said, y'all know that's bullshit. Like, I mean, I kept it real with him. I wasn't talking to him in a belligerent way, but I was like, y'all know that's some bullshit, right? But like I said, I wasn't riled up because you can't anger me. You're not going to anger me into having a scuffle with you, fight with you. Now you're going to kill me or put me in jail or beat me up because I can't keep even though I'm mad, you have to keep yourself composed because we already at a disadvantage. I'm not going to win. I don't have a gun pointed at him. So what am I win?
Yeah. I think what it kind of boils down to as I'm reading the question, beautiful, I see what you're saying. I totally agree. Hence, that's the problem.
Yeah.
You had every right to be upset. You had every right to be a human. And if you wanted to say, well, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, that's
you had every right. So what I'm saying, if other races have that right to say, I've seen my Caucasian co-workers when I was working a 9 to 5, let's go to lunch. I've seen them cuss out cops. And I'm sitting there like, what are we doing? Why are you cussing out this man?
But that's what we're trying to fight for, though. That's the whole point. That's what we're fighting for. But since I know at that time, 2-3 months ago, that I wasn't going to win, why should I end up on a shirt?
You're absolutely right. But my thing is, you're right. But my thing is this: everybody, sometimes the nice guy gets fucked up too. That's my point. Sometimes the guy that reacts just like you did, that was God's grace and mercy over you. And I'm so happy that you walked away from that safe and you knew within you that I'm good. Yeah. But what I'm saying is that's not everyone's story. So I don't want to take away from someone else's story that did do everything they were supposed to do and still got sent to jail or still got fucked up or still got drugs planted on them. You know what I'm saying?
Look, I'm with you. I think it could happen to anybody. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that it's not going to happen. Like, I'm not saying that anybody should do what I did. I'm saying for me personally, because remember what I told you at the beginning of this conversation, I don't worry about nobody else. I don't worry about how they what anybody else is thinking or what they're doing. I know myself. So I'm like, okay, I'm at a disadvantage. He has a gun. I'm gonna lose this.
No, you did what you were supposed to do. That's
you know what I mean. And guess what? It could have ended up the wrong way. It could have, but it didn't. And I had faith that it didn't. Now I could have had all the faith in the world that it wouldn't, and it still ended up the wrong way. But at the end of the day, I know that I don't have that privilege. Even though we should, I don't. So I'm not gonna pretend that I do and try to get the privilege in that moment. In that moment, I'm taking an L, no matter how I look at it.
So is that how you feel? Is that how you felt, like you took an L?
No, I didn't take an L.
I was gonna say because you made it home.
Yeah, I made it home. I didn't take no L. I understand what it is. I don't have
you're meaning in the context of you actually saying how you really felt in that moment. You just kind of held your tongue and just went through the process.
Yeah, because I was like, I can't win in this moment. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's like, okay, yeah, I'm strong. I deserve to fight. I deserve to cuss them out. I deserve to question them, but I'm not gonna win. Who's gonna police them? Nobody's policing them.
Nobody's policing them.
Nobody's policing them. So with that being said, guess what? They didn't put me in handcuffs or nothing, or push me or put hands on me to where I had to defend myself. So all right, cool. You guys got your gun out. He put his gun away. You know what I mean? That's the step number one. All right, bet. Cool. They walked up. They asked a couple questions. I was like, dog, I live down the street. Like, what's all this? They see my license. Went. The other guy was running it. He was talking to me. Look, cops, they look at certain people, whether we like it or not, and they're gonna judge just like we judge. So they might look at a different black man, and because he's not clean or whatever the case, they're gonna judge him, and they're gonna say, nah, he's this, and we're gonna do this to him.
Okay.
They're gonna look at me and say, he's black man. Maybe they might mess me up, maybe they might not. But today, that day, those two guys looked at me, and I felt the energy. Like I said, when I looked at him and he looked at me, it was like, you could tell they wanted to be like, fuck, like, we ain't even need to do this, but now we got to explain ourselves. You know what I mean? And since I know that, there's no reason for me to try to make them look stupid. I don't win. Like, there's nothing for me to gain, because what happens is they have egos and they have pride. So the minute I say, y'all stupid, y'all this, y'all that, now it becomes, well, look here, because they're a man, they don't want to be called stupid.
Yeah.
Right? They don't want to, now they're like, well, look, we're just doing our job. Then I'm like, fuck y'all, this. Next thing you know, I put my hands, or they put their hands on me. Next thing you know, now I'm on the ground.
Yeah.
Because that's how it happens a lot. We're not even, you know what I mean? We're not at fault 80% of the time. But the minute something happens where it's like, I said a little bit too much, expressing myself, and I was like, I don't want to go to jail today. I got shit I got to do. That's essentially.
She's like, I got shit I got to do. Let's get into.
Can we make this quick?
Let's get into these questions, Corey.
Bet.
So let's see here. Why do you use CC to spell thick?
Because it's a different type of thick.
What kind of thick? What kind of thick is it?
It looks like this. It's thick. It's thick. That's right. It's not just thick. It's not thick. Thick is like the protein, like, you know what I'm saying, you put in your drink and you shake it up. Thick is like that girl you see in a music video. You be like, oh no, that's thick.
Okay.
It's different thick. It's a different kind of thick. You know what I mean?
Different kind of thick.
Yeah. You got any other questions? That's the only one?
No, that's not the only one.
Oh, okay. You probably.
How do you go about finding designers and fabrics, etc.?
Well, for me, I tried that. I went through, like I said, 5 different manufacturers, or not even all companies. I went through people that said that they can knit socks and do stuff, and people dropping the ball. A lot of it is just trial and error. And you don't know who's dope, and, you don't know. Some of it is like, I wasted a lot of time and a lot of money waiting on a lot of people to say, oh yeah, give me 4 weeks. And it's like, damn, now you got 4 weeks where you're waiting on somebody to deliver, and I also learned along that time, while I'm working on this with this person or waiting on this, I don't stop looking. I'm going to keep testing the water. So for me, I actually ended up going with like a designing company. Some people, they want to use like downtown LA and they find their fabrics. I didn't have to go through that, so I can't really answer that question, because mine is socks. It's not like I'm like, taking clothing and getting a seamstress and doing all that myself. So I'm blessed in that regards.
Okay. Let's see here. Let's go to Savvy. Do you prefer crew necks or turtlenecks?
Crew all day.
Crew necks?
Yeah, because I be feeling like the turtleneck was like early, like mid-90s. Like, I feel like the turtleneck was mid-90s. Like, that's like all the old school cats wear that. I mean, I'm damn near old school. I'm almost there. I might end up throwing a turtleneck on.
This winter, you might throw a black turtleneck on?
Oh, no. But, like, you know, I lift weights. So, for me, I like the crew neck to be up here kind of hugging, make you look strong. You know, all the OGs wear the white T-shirts, and they don't even be in the gym. But they joints be tight. All of a sudden, their shoulders look like they do a little something. For real.
Nika said, I'll be sure.
Yeah, I'm not going for that.
Let me see.
Hey, oh, look at Nika real quick. She said, read energy and bring the energy you desire, reciprocate it.
Yeah.
People may not reciprocate, but most times your energy changes the circumstances. That's what it's about right there.
Yeah.
You got to at least try. Dictate with your energy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What's the next one?
Out of all your socks, which one is your personal favorite? It says Terrence Martin. Is this the musician Terrence Martin?
No.
Oh, okay.
Let me see if I can just show you real quick. Hold on.
Okay.
So I think these are my favorite, and the reason
Put your questions where you see the little question mark in the corner of the page. Put your questions there. I see your questions, Stan. Stan and Lisa, I see your question. Go ahead.
All right. So these right here, these are my babies right here. I love these socks. These socks they're made out of bamboo. Okay. So and they're very breathable, even though they look really thick, and they are thick. The crazy part is, like, if it's hot outside, you can still wear them. But if it's cold, they actually keep your feet warm. The material on the inside, when I put these on, it's like walking on like one of them expensive rugs, like really nice that you just on Christmas morning where you got your hot chocolate, you just put your feet on, you know what I mean? It's one of them type of joints. But those are my favorite socks. I have a lot of different socks that I actually haven't launched yet. I'm probably going to launch a new sock within the next 5 days or so. But those I probably wear the most. I'm a red and black guy too, so.
I like them. Let me see. Those are fly. I feel like you had on some other socks yesterday that when you were dancing, I was like, those are pretty dope.
No, yeah, I love socks. I have over 200 pairs of socks. Like, I don't only wear my brand. I like to wear other sock brands. And that's another thing that you can use for marketing. See, people think that you have to only use, like, your socks to market. I can wear some fly socks that aren't mine and still post MacWork socks. Go visit MacWork socks. Yeah. I'm not saying that those are my socks. I'm saying you like socks. You see that I like socks. My socks are dope. Go to check out MacWork socks. You might see some socks that you like.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like marketing techniques.
Okay. Let's talk personal. Are you married, boss? That's what Stan and Lisa said.
Nope, I am not married. Next question.
Let me tell you something. What's so funny about that question? Every male I have on this show, when they get asked that, they do exactly what you just said. Nope.
Yeah,
next question.
It's like, at the end of the day, this is what I've learned about, like, social media, especially like looking and being in social media for so long. So I look at it and I'm like, my whole purpose on social media has changed. The things that I've done over the years, it was like, all right, this is what I'm doing. Oh, let's show personal. Oh, let's have fun. Oh, I'm here today. Check me out. Now I'm at the point where I could be having a whole funnest day of my life and you guys will never know because it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? What matters is my clients, building up the brand, making sure that everything is aligned.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes, Nidra, he answered that real quick. Rocky said, ask him about red flags.
Rocky, what are you talking about? Red flags.
That must be an inside thing.
So look, Rocky, I'm actually going to get off this in about another, 10 to 15 minutes. And I'm actually heading to go do a live podcast with Rocky here. Okay. Yeah, so that's at 7:30. And we about to
Is it going to be live?
No, I don't think it's live. I think they're going to air it on the next day, Wednesday.
Okay.
But we're going to talk greasy. Like this was like PG. It's not even PG-13. This is about to get real bad over there. Real bad. I'm scared to go hang out with Rocky. That's for sure. But I'm going to love it though.
You're gonna enjoy yourself. Well, that was all of your questions.
Oh, y'all weak. Y'all ain't got no good shit. That's cool. Nah, it's cool.
Don't do people like that ask you questions.
That's all good. It's all good.
So first, I would like to say thank you so much for coming on and spending time with me today and vibing with me.
No problem. No problem. I appreciate you. Thank you for having me on. And honestly, you made 50 minutes go by real fast.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was like, dang, we've been on 50 minutes. Like, I haven't had a phone conversation that long in a minute. So
that is funny. Yeah, normally I have a lot of fun on these, and I get to know people that I already know a little better. I mean,
yeah.
So there's some things I learned today that I did not know. But before you get out of here, you gotta dance first, so.
Oh no. We are not doing Don't do that. Don't do that. Look, rule number 1, I can't dance once I have the fanny pack on. And the fanny pack so ain't no damn dancing going on, damn it. Ain't no dancing. Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Thank you, Nika. Thank you, everyone that popped in today. If you're not following Corey, go ahead and follow him, follow his brand and everything he has going on. I look forward to working with him soon whenever the world opens back up.
No, don't use that as an excuse. You can work out from home right now. Stop playing. Guys, she's lying. She ain't trying to work out because she could have been working out.
I'm talking about the fashion show. You see how you just do no reason.
I ain't even going to bring that up to you. Whatever.
Look
Girl,
how he act. Look how he act.
Girl, bye. I'm done with you. You
no,
play.
You're not. No,
I'm straight.
Not.
I'm cool.
No, you're not.
I'm cool. Math work.
Thank you for coming on today. I really appreciate you. You guys make sure you go follow his page and follow his movement. It's very encouraging.
Yeah.
And again, thank you, Corey. Have a nice evening. Bye.
All right, guys. Bye, everybody. Peace.
Okay, you guys. I'll see you on Thursday for my next Vibe with Keisha show. I'm super excited about my next guest. I'll be posting the flyer within the next tomorrow. I'll post the flyer. So make sure you tap in on Thursday at 5 p.m. and come by with me. Have a beautiful evening. Bye.